Behind the Bastards. Welcome to Best Podcast, the show where we dig deep into the world's most interesting podcasts. Today, we're covering a show that combines dark history with a touch of humor, Behind the Bastards. Hosted by the always witty Robert Evans, Behind the Bastards exposes the worst people in history. But don't expect a dry, textbook-style breakdown of events. This podcast delivers shocking tales of evil with a healthy dose of satire. Each episode focuses on a different bastard, from history's most notorious dictators to modern-day corrupt CEOs. What's great about this show is that it doesn't just focus on well-known figures like Hitler or Stalin. Evans also digs up stories about lesser-known, but equally horrible people who have done some truly horrendous things. Evans is a journalist with a knack for making history both informative and entertaining. He's worked as a war correspondent, which gives him a unique perspective on the geopolitical issues discussed in the show. What makes Behind the Bastards so captivating is the way Evans blends historical facts with a sharp, often biting, sense of humor. His monologues are filled with sarcastic commentary that helps lighten the mood, even when the subject matter is grim. One particularly interesting episode covers L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. Evans takes listeners through Hubbard's bizarre life, from his days as a pulp fiction writer to the creation of one of the world's most controversial religions. Evans doesn't hold back in his critique, but he also manages to keep things light with witty asides and comical impressions of Hubbard himself. The podcast also dives into some pretty wild modern stories. Take, for example, the episode on the Sackler family, the billionaires behind Purdue Pharma and the opioid crisis. Evans breaks down how their greed and manipulation contributed to one of the worst public health crises in recent memory, all while keeping the listener engaged with his signature wit. Behind the Bastards isn't just about shock value, though. It's a thoughtful look at how power corrupts and how evil can sometimes be disturbingly mundane. Evans does a fantastic job of weaving in historical context, so listeners can better understand how these bastards came to be. That's it for today's episode of Best Podcast. Make sure to tune in next time as we continue to explore the best of podcasting.